Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You're watching Championship Court, Men's Open Division. On the top of your screen, serving Paulis, his teammate Jeff Samuels at the net. They are playing against the likes of Sean Rosenthal and Tanner Smith. Puts it tight. Intercepted by Tanner Smith.
Just like his dad taught him all those years ago.
Looks like you have two reads. I can't tell if that's a thumb or if that's a fist, because you're basically saying, hey, we're both going to pull off and play defense. Service error. We're early here. It's 3-2. Near side of your screen on the left is Sean Rosenthal. On the right, Tanner Smith. Rosenthal getting his start in the AVP almost 22 years ago. Is that right, Dave?
Yes.
Having played with Tanner Smith's dad.
Right. Right, you are. Actually, Rosenthal got his AAA first win, or first AVP qualifying win with Tanner's dad so many years ago. And this match was 6 months in the making. About a plan was hatched 6 months ago where Rosenthal said, hey, Tanner, I'm going to help you play in your first main draw event here on the AVP Gold Tour. So this is, I believe, Karma coming back.
Picked up by Samuels. Oh, Paulis not able to run that one down. Little question there. I think there was a quick glance back by Samuels wondering, hey, is that going to be clean? Is that acceptable? I think is really the question that he's maybe pondering, decides just to play on.
And I mean, what we see in indoor a lot is the athletic attempt versus the double contact. Here in beach, deep dish is more, or what we consider a deep dish or extended contact is more viable in beach than any double contacts on a set, which if you're a setting, you know, I guess purist, you would appreciate the beach play more than the indoor play, because as a setting purist myself, I'm old school. I love clean hands, no doubles, even a slight deep dish is okay, but like that is a perfect set there from Jeff.
Great pickup by Tanner Smith. Rosenthal is going to put Smith on the net. Samuels is there. Is it out of? No, it finds the end line.
Tanner with a kill.
That's a
here
great
on
view
center
you
court.
just witnessed there from the left side of your screen down inside the front of the end line, or otherwise known as inside the court. And Dave, really just furthering your comment, I had a chance to speak with John King, one of the best officials in the AVP.
Hands down.
We're very fortunate to have him here. He just actually got in from Seattle, Washington over the weekend, even though he lives in Tampa. Service
Serve goes
error
out
by
of bounds
Smith.
here on center. 5 serving 4. Samuels back to serve. Oh, sorry, Rafi.
Rafi back to
As he's called
serve.
on the court.
Smith service error. That's going to bring us to a 5-4 advantage. Smith and Paulis over, Samuels and Paulis over Rosenthal and Smith. Service error there. That's back. 2 service errors for Samuel or Paul. Rafi Paulis. That'll send back Rosenthal to serve. That's tight. Samuels is going to try to go over on 2. Just out of the reach of Smith. He lands and turns. I think he thought maybe Rosenthal would be right there. Samuels will take his kill, head back to the service line. Service ace for Samuels.
Serve
Just to finish
for Jefe Samuels.
To finish my thought, Dave, talking about essentially setting or second ball contact where your hands are usually open. You know, John really talked about you want to protect the integrity of the game, and you're setting a line. We're not looking at spin. That's a kill by Rosenthal off the block of
Rosenthal
Samuels.
down the line through the block for the kill.
You know, spin is not part of the rule set. It's was there simultaneous contact? Was there not? And especially to your point, it's a spectacular play. You want the players to end the rally. You as an official are thinking, I don't want to have to step in here. I am going to protect the integrity of the game if I need to.
Absolutely right. But also you got to remember, I mean, spin is not indicative of a double contact. Yes, a ball can come in spinning like a top sideways, come out with forward spin, and it's not a double contact essentially. Depends on the momentum of the ball and how the ball is coming into the contact of those hands that delineates whether it's a double or not. So, I mean, that's the right call by the ref. I would never call a ball based on spin.
You're absolutely right. And what's so spectacular about our sport is not only do you have to, have control over the ball, but not too much control. You have to stay out of the net. You have to perform these very dynamic and aerial movements and not touch the net. Stay within the lines. It's such a small game. I think it's actually most closely associated with football, in my opinion, where you have a set boundary, balls being in or out, a player trying to catch a football and then landing with both feet in bounds, whether you're talking about the professional or the college game, therefore being just 1 foot. It's just really spectacular, and it's decided by such small
margins of error.
Margins of error, absolutely. And it's really a cool, spectacular feat of human strength.
A serve.
Rosenthal repaying the favor.
Serve for Rosenthal.
Especially when you look at the indoor game, you have your 6 players versus their 6 players. The beach game, you have your 2 versus their 2, and you try to create different holes that you're going to open up depending on where you're going to attack from. Maybe you pass in front and attack behind. Great swing by Paulis down the line.
Paulis, the big Amish hitter on the right side. Rafi Jebediah Paulis out there.
Samuel's back to serve, hitting up a little hybrid.
He got
good. It finds it has to go over though. Unfortunate attack error.
Wanted that so bad he could taste it, and just a little bit forward on the contact, making it a bit low.
For those of you watching at
Smitty
home,
back to serve.
something to take away from that is his timing and his feet relative to the ball. Broad jump there a little bit more than I think he would have liked. Might have been a little bit early as well, so it's probably coming down as opposed to going up to get that at its highest contact.
Double contact is called.
There's one of those double contacts. Now the question that's being asked right now is, hey, are you calling that on both sides?
And
Is that acceptable?
I love the fact that both players went up to question the referee. The referee explained what he saw and why he called it. And you see Samuels high-five the ref going, that's a great call. All right, you know what? My question was answered. I'm good with it.
Ball is long.
Ooh, serve from Tanner Smith. Goes just long and out of bounds.
Second service error for Tanner Smith. Dave, that's going to bring us to 10 apiece, which brings us to the 20th point, which means our next point is going to be a technical timeout.
Right, you are. Let's see if Rafi here can get the ace serve to switch sides, get the timeout with a little bit of momentum. Oh, kill by the ironically named Tanner Smith.
That brings us to our technical timeout. That's going to be 11 to 10.
We're going to have a technical timeout and a side switch.
Dave, we're going to step away from action as well. We're going to hear a brief word from our sponsors.
See you on the other side, Kyle. Center court.
Welcome back, center court. We're all tied up 11 apiece. That was that first point after the technical timeout.
Mr. Samuels, if you please. Oh, good serve. Picked up by Tanner.
Tanner's going to hit a shot down the line. Rafi picks it up. Samuels is putting him towards the middle of the court, hopefully opening up a favorable shot location. Rafi Paulis, 5th kill of the set.
Katie, I promise to be surprisingly gentle. I promise to be surprisingly gentle when you play. I know you can, and normally you give it right back, but I'm just saying. I won't be a total.
Pass by Smith. Rosenthal putting him high into the middle of the court. Tanner with a cutback cross body underneath the swing or block of Samuels. You really have to appreciate his ability to get his feet there. That allows him to elevate vertically. And that's something that can plague both indoor athletes and beach athletes, depending whether they're making that transition or maybe they haven't really had a chance to practice, is allowing your feet to be too far apart. That causes you to broad jump versus getting your feet a little bit closer together. It allows you to take that horizontal momentum into vertical momentum. Service error by Tanner Smith. That's his 3rd of the set. And it's tough, Dave. You want to be aggressive from the service line. I like to use the expression that I'm taking from Evan Lee. She's an assistant coach at the University of Portland. Is be bullies from the baseline.
Good call, Kyle. I mean, that is a great use of the term bully and in a positive way. Great shot there, going cross court.
We in no way condone bullying or harassment of another person. Please be better than that.
Right, but I mean, when you're saying bullies, I'm saying be aggressive, put people on their heels, make them earn it.
I think it's really just the alliteration that really does it for me.
Double B's? Yeah. Kind of like Bailey, what was it, Bailey earlier. What was her last name? Bars, right? Oh, great
Handled by
shot.
Samuels. Samuels with the step close, returns the favor.
The Amish rifle delivers again. Samuels puts it away down the line, 14-13.
Samuels hailing from Grand Blanc, Michigan. He believes that the Indians, it was an Indian expression which stood
Native
for
American?
Great White. Native American, thank you. Great White is what it would be roughly translated to.
Probably due to the snowfall, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. Touch off the top.
Roll shot clips the top of the block there of Smith. We're switching sides here on center court.
Samuels with the kill. That's his 4th.
15-13.
Side switch number 4.
Thank you. I'm getting, yep, come on.
Serve short. Tanner picks it up. Rosenthal going behind, trying to create a better angle, but Rafi's there. Samuels gets some nice and vertical. Rafi able to beat the block of Tanner. Samuels will continue to serve. He's been utilizing essentially a float serve or a jump float. He's hitting it somewhat high, but also short, allowing him to get up to the net and trying to either pull his opponent forward or back. Picked up by Rafi. He's going to be on the net. No one's blocking. He's going to try to make a favorable shot selection, but picked up by Rosenthal. Rosenthal returns the favor down the line. That's a point, bringing it 14-13.
AVP America.
Big swing by Pauls.
AVP America. Or it's off the AVP actual website. AVP. 17-14 here. Paulis and Samuels against Team Destiny.
Short
Oh,
float.
nice
Intercepted
Great
by
option play there
Samuels.
from Tanner Smith, but Samuels reads it and gets a piece of a block. And the only piece needed is he gets the block for point.
Nice shot by Samuels, waiting, deciding what his best option was, going short to Rosenthal. Rosenthal picks it up. Great set by Tanner. Tanner looks down the line, out of the reach of Pauls.
To the outside, Rosenthal. Tanner just making Rosenthal look good today.
I apologize, Paulis.
Always. It's not even a question. Your tattoos, on the other hand. I'm kidding, I love them. All right, now I feel like a jerk.
Rosenthal back to serve.
That's what you want
Serve is
now.
wide.
Just a friendly reminder, there is no live streaming on courts 1 or 2, other than the ones that are contracted by AVP to do so. So if you find yourself with a camera and you are live streaming, our crew will ask you to take it down or leave court 1 or 2. Thank you.
Hitting short. Tanner gets his feet there. Rosenthal put him in the middle of the court. It's going to allow him to hit some shots over the top.
Great shot there, tagging the line.
That brings us to our 5th side switch. (16-19). On the right side, near side on the right is Rafi Paulis, his partner Jeff Samuels. On the top of your screen, Tanner Smith serving. Picked up by Tanner, gets up quickly. Finds the top of the net and takes a sharp right turn away from Rafi Paulis. Tanner will take that and head back to the service line. He'll serve a second. Tanner Smith's partner, Sean Rosenthal. If you're just joining us, Dave shared with us that Sean Rosenthal had his first AAA win on the AVP Tour 22 years ago with Tanner Smith's dad, and he's looking to pay it forward, competing with Tanner Smith right now. I'm not sure if it's Tanner Smith's first event or not, but it's certainly really cool to see them competing and allowing the sport to bring them full circle. Service error is going to bring the 20th point in favor of Paulis and Samuels. Rafi Paulis back to serve. High to Smith, handled well. In the middle of the court, shot selected down the line. Tanner's 6th kill. That staves off set point number 1. Paulis and Samuels have 2 set point opportunities to work with. Pressure is applied. Nice set. Samuels is going to go wide of the court. Fantastic elevation. Was able to avoid the block. Unfortunately, not able to tag that sideline as that ball goes out of bounds. Set point number 2 staved off. If they're able to secure this 20th point, that'll send us to extra innings. Rosenthal to serve, handled by Samuels. Oh, put back by Tanner Smith.
Tanner Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
Tanner's 2nd block of the set, and that ties us up 20 apiece, Dave. We're going extra innings.
20-20 here as Rosenthal going back to serve. Rosenthal in the distinctive slunks, I believe. Look at that sharper image. Oh, good pass there, Samuels. Nice set from Rafi.
Samuels able to sneak it through the block of Tanner Smith. That is the 5th kill for Jeff Samuels.
Another gets the kill. Hey, Rob, if you want to record all day.
21-20. If Smith and Rosenthal are able to stave off what is essentially the 4th set point for Rafi and Samuels, we'll go to extra innings. We'll switch sides. Samuels on the right serving, his partner in gray.
Nice
Pushes him off the net. He's going to go behind.
Beautiful back set.
Touch
Wow,
ball is
beautiful
in.
But Jeffy Samuels all over with the block. 22-20 is our set number 1.
Samuels brings us to 22-20. Let's take a look at that replay brought to you by Spike Ball. There's Samuels serving high, trying to get Tanner off the net. That allows Samuels time to set up. Samuels able to get his hands across and into the territory of Tanner Smith. I wasn't sure if that ball was in or out. It was too close to us behind the obstruction here. Field of vision, and then he put his hand up, so I didn't know if he was celebrating or saying, oh, that ball's out, let's keep playing. Fantastic play here, set number 1. We have the likelihood of Sam Smith and Rosenthal taking on Paulis and Samuels. They take set number 1, 22-20. Dave will be back with action in set number 2 after a word from our sponsors.
I'm training for my 6th Olympics. More than ever before, I have to work hard to stay in shape. I run, I lift, I do yoga. That means sore knees, sore back, sore everything. KT Tape helps me push past the pain.
Used by athletes around the world and at home, just like you. KT Tape relieves the pain of aching muscles and joints. Perform at your best. Easy to apply. Use it for many common injuries. KT Tape. Train longer, finish stronger.
KT Tape works for me, it'll work for you.
Welcome back. Championship court set number 2. Opening point going in favor of Tanner Smith and his teammate Sean Rosenthal. Rosenthal back to serve. He had a great run at the end of set number 1. That serve unfortunately going long. A similar service error location that we saw in set number 1. We had a fantastic run from the end line, was able to bring them back 20 apiece, forced extra innings, and it finished 22-20 in favor of Paulis and Samuels.
Yeah, I just accidentally kicked the Cat 5. I don't know if that knocked anything out. What?
Rosenthal with the gather and the look.
I don't know if that knocked anything out. I got that.
Tanner back to serve.
You want to bring yours up? Okay, is it good?
Samuels with a big swing. Smith is there. That ball has to go, though. I imagine they're going to see a sky ball. Paulis picks it up. Samuels gets his hands on the ball. It's trailing towards the net, though. Rafi, I think, had a little bit of a diminishing return right there. Was able to get the fist on the ball to contact the block before it finds the sand. 2 apiece. On the near side of your screen on the right, Tanner Smith, his partner Sean Rosenthal. Just under the giant Wilson ball, a staple at AVP events is the AVP optic. You can buy yours today at wilson.com. Attack error from Tanner Smith. It's actually his first attack error. Both teams playing pretty cleanly. Only a total of 4 attack errors for the entirety of the match. And those AVP balls, they make a great Christmas gift. Christmas is right around the corner. I know it's a Halloween weekend for those of you that are either traveling down here for the matches tomorrow. Swing by Tanner Smith out of bounds. Second consecutive error Or maybe you're choosing to celebrate in your hometown. Make sure you please do so safe and responsibly. We'd love to see you back here on any AVP event in our future. Beautiful day here in Clearwater, Florida, home of the 2021 Open National Championships. Over 70 teams split between the men and the women, competing for a $30,000 cash prize. Sidewinder, handled pretty well by Smith. Paulis to Smith. Smith with a big swing from the outside. Excuse me, Samuels with a big swing from the outside. Fantastic footwork, allowing himself to gather his feet underneath the hips, elevate himself, find the court. He sends back his teammate, Rafi Paulis, to serve. Double contact is signaled by the up official. That gives Paulis and Samuels a 3-point advantage, 6-3. Rafi continues to serve, 5-3. Correction, 7-3. Intercepted. Samuels waiting, lurking, intercepting. That ball brought Rosenthal forward. He thought, as the partner, hey, if I go over on 2, we probably have a little bit more time to work with, but Samuels had other plans. 8-3. Rosenthal, a little off kilter, but off the hands of Samuels and out of bounds. Tanner Smith is back to serve. Good angle. Rafi going back, calls a double contact. I'm not sure Paulis is in complete agreement with that one. 5-8. Paulis and Samuels took set number 1, 22-20. They do have a 3-point advantage now, 4-point after that service error. That brings about side switch number 1. Fantastic play. Both sides being very offensive, which is fantastic to see. They had been low error. I do imagine that they're going to go back and look at the tape, especially in that set number 1. Some uncharacteristic service errors. No attack errors in set number 1, but quite a few service errors. 5 service errors total for Team Rosenthal and Smith. Only 2 for Paulis and Samuels. Here in set number 2, they've rectified that a little bit. Only 1 service error for Team Rosenthal and Smith. No service errors for Samuels and Paulis. Samuels back to serve. Great pickup by Paulis. Samuels puts him off the net. He's going to step close. Tanner's on the run. Great effort play. Unfortunately, that second contact is sent out of bounds. That gives the 4th point, or 4-point advantage, back to Samuels and Paulis, serving 9-5. Samuels going short. That brings Smith short. Smith hitting a chop shot. That ball goes over. Rosenthal decides to go for on 2, but Samuels again. There's a block. That's 3rd block for Samuels. First hit here in set number 2. That ball is short. Service ace for Samuels, adding to his stat column.
Jump up to get down.
If you have not taken a drink of water and you're looking for maybe a water source out there, I can give you one straight from the volcano. Waikio Water, official sponsor. Waikio Water, official sponsor of the AVP. And if you like a little flavor to it, Dave, we also have Monster Hydro.
Ooh, the good stuff. Performance and hydration all in one bottle, right, Kyle?
Absolutely. And again, hydration key, whether you are just at home enjoying the live stream, brought to you by AVP and Streamography, or you're here on site, and make sure that sun definitely takes some things out of you, so you want to make sure whether you're competing or enjoying, make sure you stay hydrated.
Get it, buddy, get it. Nice. Ace, sir.
Rosenthal with the ace, his second of the match. Cuts the lead to 5.
They got caught looking at each other's beards and just found them both very impressive. Super jealous. Back in the service line, Rosenthal again here. 7-12. I think that may have been a consolation makeup ace for a questionable play. Oh, nice set from Samuels. Oh, great roll shot from Rafi. Paulis. Perfect palm right there. Roll shot, cross court for the kill.
Interesting enough, he does decide to block, but if you're looking from this angle, Dave, which we're very fortunate to be able to have this angle, it looked like he had basically 2 fish showing, which I thought meant no block, like I'm going to drop off. But I thought he blocked there. Samuels again blocking, picked up by Rafi. Samuels out to Rafi. Rafi hits the shot. I think he hit that with his fist.
And that goes to show you there might be different hand signals. Players might be adapting because as these matches are being streamed and archived, and you can watch the replays on AVP America's homepage on YouTube, so players are watching the film and reading their signals and trying to either gain advantage, so that maybe they're changing up their signals, and these now mean different things for different plays.
100% right, Dave. We're going to step away for a word from our sponsors.
I'm training for my 6th Olympics. More than ever before, I have to work hard to stay in shape. I run, I lift, I do yoga. That means sore knees, sore back, sore everything. KT Tape helps me push past the pain.
Used by athletes around the world and at home, just like you. KT Tape relieves the pain of aching muscles and joints. Perform at your best. Easy to apply. Use it for many common injuries. KT Tape. Train longer. Finish stronger.
KT Tape works for me. It'll work for you.
Welcome back, court number 1. Paulis and Samuels on the near side of the screen. Samuels back to serve. They lead 14-7. That was our technical timeout.
Big swing, but blocked.
Third
from
block by
Jeff
Samuels. That is his 5th of the match. He's being a huge net mender right now.
And honestly, that's not a strange sight to see. Jeff Samuels always has great net presence, great hesitation and waiting for the right opportunity to close on that hitter and take away a lot of court.
Service error is going to send back Rosenthal to serve, 8-15.
John Rosenthal back at the service line here.
Oh, Rosenthal with the sky ball. It looks like it might have been out.
Ooh.
Incredibly close to call. It's kind of the one positive about playing in the sand is you kind of have that ball mark that you can work with. And certainly the sand, I imagine these athletes feeling really good right now. They feel like they're probably jumping pretty well. Not as deep as sand as you could see on the tour. Conditions are pretty nice right now. There is a little bit of wind. Doesn't seem to be affecting the athletes too much as we're almost over halfway through today's action.
Now here we go with a great set from Rosenthal. Oh! Oh, it's not the power, it's the placement. Pretty shot there from Rosenthal. Squared up all day.
You have to remember, Dave, there are no asterisks in volleyball. All of them count the same.
And that was pretty. There you go, Tanner. Great jump serve, leans into it.
Picked up Samuels, hitting the off-key shot, picked up by Smith. Rosenthal out to Smith. Smith going cross-court, Doug. He's going to step close into the ball. Good rip, no block.
Samuels, great shot there. Hang on. They're going to bring up their level. I'm going to bring you down a bit.
The crowd requesting a sky ball. Samuels will oblige. Oh, ball's passed. Hits the chop, picked up by Samuels, has to be run down. Gets his feet around the ball. There is a lot of court to work with, though. Goes through, Rafi goes down to the knee to pick up that ball, goes high over the top of Tanner Smith to the floor. And that's Rafi Paulis' 3rd kill. So the sky ball is challenging for a variety of reasons, certainly environmental. If the sun is a factor, if the wind is a factor, the height at which the ball is coming down, and you're just not always sure. So here's another opportunity. This one in bounds, more clearly in bounds. Picked up, great read by Samuels. Rafi takes it in the middle. Samuels trying to hit that short chop in front of Smith.
We're switching sides here on center.
Samuels' first attack error here in set number 2. They lead a score 18-10. That's why you're seeing the sky ball requested. It's almost a bit of a
Courtesy?
Courtesy. It is a skill in and of itself. It's not easy to hit, and it's actually really challenging to pass as well.
And also, if you can, I mean, it's very difficult to execute consistently. So they're asking for it, not so much as a charity, but you have a comfortable lead, and it's just a fun part of the game for everybody involved.
Samuels going underneath the block of Smith.
That was in? Oh my gosh, I thought he went wide of the court, Kyle. Great swing by Samuels then, not just a good hit. Rafi back to serve.
A little more ping pong action in set number 1. The second set pulled away a little bit, but that's why you play the game, right? There's no reason that they can't make a run. There are usually matches in which runs of 3, 4, or 5, and if you do that 2 times in a row, you find yourself all tied up.
I'm not sure what we're doing here.
19. Looks like the ball was whistled out. Okay, ball is out.
Ball was out. Okay, correction. There we got 11 serving 18. That'll work.
Ball is picked up by Rafi.
No.
High over the top. That ball finds the sand just out of the reach of Rosenthal. That's Rafi's 4th kill here in set number 2. He has 11 total for the match.
Rafi back at the service line now, and this time he needs it.
He also hits a high sky ball. Looks like that ball is gonna be out.
Just a bit long. Surprising number of Rafis on the AVP tour, both in the gold or next gold series as well as the main draw or main event. I mean, Paulis, probably one of my favorites.
If these two decide to stay together, I'd love to see them versus the McKibben brothers, and it'll be the battle of the beards.
And honestly, well, now we have a man bun and a beard. I call that a double threat. Tanner back to serve here, Kyle.
Tanner's serve finds the net. That'll bring us to match point opportunity number 1. They'll have 8 match point opportunities to work with.
Hefe checking the win. I don't think that one has the distance.
We have a little bit of an obstructed view, Dave. I actually thought that went out of bounds after he served it, so I was actually surprised to see that it made it even into the halfway of the court.
Rosenthal back to serve here, ladies and gentlemen. 13.
Match point opportunity number 2.
Going after
Samuels hands it.
Oh, nice.
Puts
set
him
from
tight.
Paulis.
Samuels able to go off the block of Smith and out of
Tanner
bounds.
gets the block, but that's going to be out of bounds. Samuels with the kill. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. The team of Legacy and Destiny, Rosenthal and Smith. Your winners, Samuels and Paulis.
Dave, we're going to take a look at that replay from the final point here on
Courtesy of
championship
Spike Ball.
court.
Look at this instant replay out coming in. Samuel, look at this great set from Rafi. Tanner reads it well, and it looks like it just caught the left arm of Tanner Smith, and that's why it fell out of bounds. Tanner did close correctly on it. Am I wrong?
I think he did a pretty good job. He might have been a little too tight to the net, showing a lot of the elbow versus getting his hands across and getting into that space of Samuels. And that'll bring us to the end of the match. Paulis and Samuels win 2-0 by a score of 22-20, 21-13. Kills for Samuels and Paulis are 20 total to Rosenthal's and Smith's 14. Some unfortunate service errors for Rosenthal and Smith might have led them to a different outcome in that set number 1. They did battle back, tie it up at 20 apiece, which led to that final 22-20. Dave, I appreciate your voice, the voice of the AVP. I am Kyle Holmeyer. We're coming to you live from the 2021 Open National Championships in Clearwater, Florida.
Kyle, we'll see you after this important message.
For the cruise, ring bottles to the head, McKenna fully pumping. You got me surfing till my eyes all red. Oh, oh, fire in the sky. Oh, oh, give thanks for this life.
I'm training for my 6th Olympics. More than ever before, I have to work hard to stay in shape. I run, I lift, I do yoga. That means sore knees, sore back, sore everything. KT Tape helps me push past the pain.
Used by athletes around the world and at home, just like you. KT Tape relieves the pain of aching muscles and joints. Perform at your best. Easy to apply. Use it for many common injuries. KT Tape. Train longer, finish stronger.
KT Tape works for me, it'll work for you.